Hi, Charlene, alcoholic from Virginia. Thank you, Hannah, for this opportunity. Want to thank my twins, London and Paris. My daughter, Sierra, is in the other room. I just want to thank all of my six children for supporting me tonight. My story starts a long time ago. Unfortunately, I did not know that until 2 nights ago, actually. What brought me into the room, I came in the room on April the 8th after I was disappointed by my therapist who rescheduled my appointment. And because of that, I drank a can of beer and I went to the club and I drank two margaritas. And I don't remember what happened after that. But unfortunately, I was dropped off at my kid's doorstep at 2 o'clock in the morning and I was foaming at the mouth. And my daughter was told that I was pushed out of a car, left in the street, that my clothes were halfway down my ankles. And so anything could have happened to me because of that situation. And I thank God that my neighbor was there to take me to my daughter's house. And that's where my AA story started. I didn't find out that I was an alcoholic a long time ago until 2 days ago when I was sitting thinking about what I was going to talk about. And I realized that my story started back in 1996 when I first experienced physical abuse from my daughter's father while 7 months pregnant with my son. I got a perforated ear because I would not give him my food stamp card. I did not know that was abuse because I've never had a father in my life to show me how a man's supposed to treat you. And so I always felt like I was in the wrong. And I stayed in that relationship for 6 years. And I drank through the whole 6 years to cope with the abuse. I got out of that, moved to Virginia, in 2002, I was diagnosed with post traumatic stress disorder, major depression with psychotic features and social anxiety, and had to go on Social Security for 8 years because I was unable to work. I drank myself through that 8 years of not being able to take care of my kids on my own without welfare and food stamps and Medicare and all of that. Did that for 8 years. And then in 2004, I started drinking more again. My mom passed away, and 2 days after I buried her, I found out I was pregnant with my 17-year-old now. I drank because I felt God made a mistake by taking my mom and giving me another child. And so I really didn't want this child. So my thing was I didn't want this child and I was going to do anything and everything to abort this child. So I drank. And thankfully it did not work because I have a 17-year-old now. In that process of that, I met a friend who also was an alcoholic. And one day we had an argument in 2007 where she took an orange skillet and smacked me in my head with it because I had two beers left and she wanted one. And I told her she couldn't have one. And she smacked me in my head with it. And I got a major concussion from that. You would have thought that would have stopped me, but it didn't. I continued to drink and drink and drink. My big thing was abandonment, disappointment, and not being able to accept the word no. If you told me no, I drank. If I woke up and it was raining outside, I drank. Yesterday, I felt like drinking, but I did not. My kids accidentally threw my black shoes that I was supposed to wear to a wedding today, threw them away accidentally. But again, I have 95 days sober today. Yes, thank God for that. But I'm still new. And this is a battle that I'm going to battle the rest of my life. But with the support of my kids, support of you guys, I know I can get through it. But what I did do is I took what I learned from my sponsor, from you guys, and I took a walk and I meditated and I did this special thing that I do is I took and I put because I felt like drinking yesterday. I really did. I was really peed off because I had my whole outfit ready and the shoes weren't there and it was 10 o'clock at night. There was no store open. I thought, but Burlington was open till 12. But I didn't think that way. I wasn't thinking of another solution. I was thinking, you know what? I just want to drink because things are not going my way. And so I'm going to drink to forget about it. But what I have to understand is that drinking is a temporary fix. It gets rid of the problem temporarily for you not to think about it for a minute. And I thought to myself, If I drink tonight, my shoes not gonna pop up. They're not gonna pop up. They're still gonna be gone. I'm still gonna be without the shoes. But then what will I have? I'll have that miserable feeling again that I disappointed not only myself, but I disappointed the people that are supporting me. So what I did is this special thing that I do, I take a water bottle and I sit it in the middle of my table. And I have these marbles that I use, and I put them all on one side of the water bottle. And then I tell myself, if I drink, the problem that I have right now about these shoes will be over here. But everything else over here is still going to be there, including what I'm drinking for. So that's going to build me more problems than I already have. So I think I'm just going to deal with what I'm dealing with now versus adding on to the board that I'm already dealing with. And so that got me through it last night. And I was able to get up this morning and go to a beautiful wedding. And it was crazy because on the way to the wedding, we were early and the charter bus actually stopped at Walmart. And I was able to go in Walmart and get me a pair of black shoes to go with my outfit that I actually wore to the wedding. And so for myself, I have to slow myself down and think about what I can do to make things a little better. Writing does a lot for me. One of you says, put your hand where your head is, write it out. They told me, write it out, cry it out, scream it out, cuss it out, whatever you got to do. Just don't drink. And so that's what I'm deciding to do in my recovery is just do whatever I was told. Another good thing that I do is make my bed. My sponsor told me when I first met her, she said, make your bed. I said, okay, I'm gonna make my bed. Just to get up every morning and just make your bed and just write out three things that you are grateful for. And I started doing that. And I was like, I really don't understand why I'm doing this at all. But then I went to work one day and my teacher that was supposed to be working with me called out for 3 days. And I work with autistic children. I'm like, I'm going to be here with three kids all day. And it was a really hard day. But I came home and my bed was made. And my note for my three things that I was grateful for was sitting right there on my table. And I felt like crap the whole day. But by the time I came home and I looked in my room and my bed was made, and I was like, there was one thing that I accomplished. I made my bed. I pulled out my grateful list and was like, I'm grateful for recovery. And before I walked in my room, my first thought was go down the store, get a 40, get a pack of cigarettes, go sit in the living room and just drink and just chill. But when I walked in my room and seen the accomplishments that I had accomplished, I told myself, do I really want to drink and take away what I just did? No. So I didn't. And so that's what got me through it. As I just thank all of you guys just for always being there for me. And first, people that have that one day, like you really inspire me every day. Because when I have the hard times and I look at the days that I have and look at the 76 days experience that I did have, it's just awesome what your program is doing for me and for so many other people on this line, the other 74 people on this line. Your stories, they really touch my life. And I'm hoping something that I said tonight will touch somebody else's life also. So thanks for letting me share.